Hi, Doug Andrew here. I'm here with one of my sons, Aaron Andrew, one of the nation's top IUL producers. And in this episode, we're going to talk about a particular situation, a client that came to us because of this channel and ended up taking out an IUL policy structured correctly after seeing some that were not designed correctly in order to reposition assets to increase liquidity, safety, ready return on tax benefits. A lot of times people get misinformation and they think that the affluent, when they have enough money, they don't want or need life insurance anymore. And in actuality, most of our clients who are very affluent and have money, they take out more index universal life than ever, even though, yes, they have the money. But what is it that they know that a lot of people don't know as far as asset optimization, tax minimization, and protection of their assets? And so I've invited Aaron here on this episode to talk about a particular situation that just happened recently where an individual that is very well off has been blessed, watched some of the YouTube videos on this channel and could easily recognize an IUL policy that was not structured in the optimal fashion that we do.
Okay? Yeah. For example, they came and he learned some, and he saw one policy and it wasn't. He's like, wait a second. What I've learned from Doug Andrew from these videos is this one's not done correctly. So he looked at the company, looked at the product, and had someone run an illustration, and it wasn't done right the first time.
Yeah, and because he got educated on this channel, he could recognize that because unfortunately, IUL is sold in this country by many agents that they don't really know what they're doing, and so it gets a bad name sometimes because, well, they didn't structure it to perform as a superior capital accumulation tool, which is frankly what it was designed for in the first place back in 1980. What I mean by that, primarily for living benefits. The death benefit's important, but that's secondary. You're actually taking the least amount of insurance you can get away with and putting in the most money that you want to reposition as the IRS allows, as fast as they allow, and it turns into this tax-free cash cow. And so when you do that, you're actually structuring it to grow at the best net internal rate of return so that it generates tax-free growth and also tax-free access to that money. So Aaron, tell us what happened when he then saw another IUL that was structured right, but then he ended up even canceling that one and coming to us.
Yeah, so the first time, he saw an illustration that was like, about $1 million death benefit, and the client was going to put in, they were having him just pay, $20,000 a year into the policy. At his age, that actually was, not maximum funded. It was quite, kind of minimum funded or medium funded, we call it, where the policy wasn't performing as well. And yeah, it was just for death benefit. It looked okay, but it really wasn't structured for, cash accumulation. And as you started learning more and more from watching these videos, of course, you learned about how it can be done correctly. So the second one he saw was from a different company that might have had better returns maybe, and had the right death benefit. So now a lower death benefit, around $300,000 or $400,000. We're putting in about $25,000 a year. And so it was structured right, but at the same time, it was a company that, in our opinion, this is where we get real picky, okay? Because we know a lot of the companies, we know the company's track record, their integrity, their how they treated the policyholders in the past. It's very important to understand, is a company a stock company, publicly traded, are they mutual? What's their track record? What are their index accounts? What is their fee structure? How long have they been doing IUL and so forth? So this particular company, for example, had been bought and sold, 4 to 5 times the last 25 years. Doesn't have the best track record with what they have done to the past policies. I mean, they're still a good company, but because we're really picky, and we help them understand that there's companies out there that have better track record, better integrity, better index accounts, and are more geared towards the affluent and structuring policies the right way. And so after they saw that one and so forth, then they had actually just put in force, we found out later, that he wanted to do what we call the free look because he just bought the policy within a couple of weeks. And so he was able to then cancel that policy or do the free look because that's what he wanted to do and wanted to then purchase a policy that was better structured. And since he'd been watching the videos and learning, he's like, wait a second. I can put a lot of money into this. I can peel off a bunch of the dollars and the money that I have grown, and I can peel off some dollars and now have this money be safe, secure, tax-free, and be his portion for tax-free retirement. So as he was starting to diversify, because he noticed he was too top-heavy in the accounts that he'd made a lot of money in, so we decided to now peel off millions of dollars, about $3 million out of this other portfolio, and fund a policy over 4 to 5 years. Most of it in 4 years at his age, a little bit in the 5th year. But fund the policy, we were able to get the cost way down and generate lots of tax-free income, have better index accounts, better structure, and really good understanding multipliers, understanding index accounts where some accounts conservatively we can earn 7 to 8, others up to 9, and then with multipliers, we're showing how we can get returns up to 11 to 14% inside of equity accounts. Of course, some VCIs can get higher than that sometimes. But looking at, and those are called volatility control index accounts. We don't have time to get into those. But basically, in the policy, we're able to explain the features and the benefits of the right company, the right structure, and for what he was looking for. So it's pretty powerful getting into those details to show, hey, this is what how its policy should be structured correctly with the right amount and the right death benefit to have it perform optimally.
Yeah. And so to help you understand what this client began to realize is he had some assets that had grown very well, okay? Now, he did not put in all of his money. Many savvy investors, they keep diversified. They watch some of my YouTube videos, and I usually recommend that maybe 40 to 60% of your retirement income ought to be tax-free, not even show up on the front page of your 1040 tax return. So when he decided to structure one that would accommodate $3 million, you may be thinking, wow, did he put all of his money in there? No. He has more than that. But he also wants a big chunk of it to be immune from market volatility or the fluctuations that happen on so many types of investments. But he wanted to convert it to tax-free. Okay, and that's what max funded IUL does. And there's a lot of places where you can make a lot of money in investments. Some people want to get rich quick, but then in a matter of a month, they see the money in the market or cryptocurrency or anything, it's very volatile. And so there's points in time where you want to take your money off the table, so to speak, and convert some of that money to something more predictable. I have many multimillionaire clients that make most of their money in real estate, but they keep their real estate working capital and much of the equity, for example, in max funded IUL safe, so that if their real estate is vacant, they're still earning money, even on vacant real estate. If it goes down in value, which it will do, or if it gets destroyed, heaven forbid, in a natural disaster, they still have liquidity, safety. They're still earning a rate of return greater than even the servicing the debt on the mortgage. This is what the affluent understand. And so this client wanted to peel off some of these profits and then create this liquidity, safety, predictable rates of return, tax-free. And so I understand that once he saw that, when Aaron was talking about this free look provision, see, a lot of companies will let you have a free 30-day or maybe 60-day period where you can look over the insurance policy and then you can say, you know what, I don't want it. And they'll refund you the money you put in there. And this gentleman saw the difference. And so he changed that policy that was going to accommodate $25,000 per year. $25,000 per year. And now he wants a bucket, an IUL, that's what we metaphorically compare it to, that will accommodate $3 million. Now, see, the IRS won't let him put in the whole $3 million at once.
Yeah, he's putting in about $750,000 for the first 4 years and the leftover money in year 5 to get the money in there compliant with the tax code to keep it tax-free. But the thing is like in this situation, this is why it's not just for the affluent, for everybody, but yes, because in the higher the tax bracket you are, the better IUL is because it's tax-free. So, and the safety and the guarantees and the indexing returns are so powerful, and then being able to take money. Also, I forgot to mention, we're also looking at an annuity. And at his younger age, the annuity did not make sense. Now, annuities can be great in lots of situations, but in his situation, the annuity didn't make sense because it would tie it up, until 59 and a half. And, he had a long time till 59 and a half. So that would tie up the money where he couldn't access it, where it would be subject to the taxes and a penalty on the gains if you took money out of the non-qualified annuity. So once again, just understanding what you're looking for, what purpose are you doing this for? How soon do you need the money? What if you might need it? And you want it tax-free? Do you want it taxable? And that's where we looked at it and said, hey, let's put this money in over 4 to 5 years and have some tax-free growth, be able to access it before 59 and a half.
Tax-free.
Tax-free.
Without a 10% penalty.
Mm-hmm. And have liquidity there to be able to access it. And if he doesn't need it, just keeps growing tax-free, but he can use it for real estate, for other investments, for his business, and it's there safe and secure.
And he could never take out a Roth and accommodate that. Okay?
Nope.
And so to sum this up, what this client realized that $25,000 a year in a property structured account, Aaron mentioned the death benefit could be as little as $300,000 or $400,000 because $25,000 a year, as fast as the IRS allows you to fund it, which is faster than whole life, would be 5 years, let's say, of $25,000. So the IUL guideline single premium would accommodate maybe $125,000. The death benefit at his age was $300,000 or $400,000. So now you just scale that because when he saw what it could do, okay, now he's going to put in about $750,000 times 4 or 5 years. He's going to put in about $3 million. And so the death benefit is now the minimum death benefit coming along for the ride, meaning it's actually being paid for with a minuscule portion of money that would otherwise go out the window in unnecessary income tax if he put that $3 million somewhere else or maybe even left it where it was. And so the death benefit coming along for the ride to accommodate $3 million is about how much?
In this example was about $9 million.
Okay, $9 million. Now, the $9 million again, he puts in $3 million. If he dies, it pays out $9 million. That's not bad. One heck of a return. I don't recommend that because you have to die. But what's the purpose? It's so that $3 million, as it gets in there in the next 4 or 5 years at his age, that $3 million with a net internal rate of return of let's say 9.6%, if Aaron does what he's done for years for his clients, can double to $6 million in 7.5 years, okay? And so in a matter of 10, 11 years, it's very possible that this $3 million can grow to equal the death benefit by the 12th year, the 15th year. This is called self-insurance. And so the cost of insurance for that $9 million is actually going to go down. It's going to get cheaper as you get older because pretty soon his cash value is going to grow to equal and then exceed the death benefit. And so if this is intriguing you on what we're talking about here, please watch other episodes on this channel. Before I tell them how they can learn more, Aaron, anything else you want to say about this particular situation?
No, just powerful, being able to, bottom line, convert money to be safe, tax-free, have a death benefit there if we need it, and be able to access it tax-free if they need to at any time. And yeah, just sum it up, that's just the power of IUL done correctly.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more, I would strongly recommend that you claim a copy of our book, The L.A.S.E.R Fund. Aaron is a co-author with me on this book. It's been flying off of our warehouse shelves recently. Is doubled because we've had some YouTube videos sort of go viral. And so here's how you can claim your free copy, because if you go to Amazon, it retails for $20 to $60. If you buy it on Amazon, thank you. But I'll gift you a copy for free. So simply go to laserfund.com or click on the link below. You contribute a nominal amount towards the shipping and handling. I'll cover the rest of that, and I'll pay for the book. I will fire out a hard copy to you via priority mail, okay? But while you're in there claiming your free copy, if you like to listen and learn or watch and learn, there's formats for your investment that way. But Aaron, explain why this is actually 2 books in one.
So basically, there's 2 books in one because if you're a left brain person, if you like the details, if you're an engineer, likes the numbers, the bolts, accountants and CPAs, and people that just like numbers, you're going to read the white side. That's my favorite side. So I spend a lot of time with writing chapters 6 through 10, which get into the numbers. There's illustrations. There's talks about the returns, about the different kind of returns, the different index accounts we can use. That's chapter 6. Chapter 7 talks about the tax codes. Chapter 8 talks about how you get your money out tax-free. Chapter 9 shows examples with the fees, expenses, the illustrations, the numbers. Chapter 10 compares to other alternatives. So that's the left brain side. We really, read this and read chapters 5 through 10, around there, to get the nuts and the bolts. If you want stories, if you want to be more simple, then you read the orange side. It's 2 books in one. Flip it over, and on the orange side, you're going to get stories of different clients we've had, what they've done and so forth, and how IUL has worked for them, and how the L.A.S.E.R fund has been in their situation. So there's the stories approach. We have a lot of stories in there. And then again, the white side is the nuts and the bolts. So yeah, we have a lot of people read this. And then, if you like, contact us, and we can look at structuring an IUL policy for you.
Absolutely, yeah. There's 62, chicken soup for the financial soul stories on this side. If you want to use your whole brain, okay, use your left brain and your right brain, okay? But while you're in there claiming your free copy, you can schedule an appointment, okay, to talk to an IUL specialist like Aaron that I oversee, because it is absolutely crucial that you see illustrations structured correctly so it's funded properly, that it's done right. And you can schedule an appointment to talk to an IUL specialist with no cost, no obligation. You can even register to attend one of our free educational webinars, which we do on a weekly basis. This is not about us. This is about you and your brighter future.